It's time for Real Estate Talk with host Willie Lambright, the only show in Dallas that covers every subject surrounding real estate, from agents to contractors, mortgage companies to pets care providers. If you own a home or have a goal to buy one, this is the show for you to learn the basics. Let's welcome Willie Lambright and his Real Estate Talk experts.
Welcome this Saturday night to, friend, it's going to be called Real Estate Talk, but it's the Floors to Go Texas Show edition. I'm your host, Willie Lambright, along with Therrell Williams live in the studio. Remember, I say it and I say it all the time. Real estate changes people's lives to the good. It's not what you know, it's who you know. When it comes to flooring, carpeting, you name it, this great company, you want to stick around with us in this hour. Write this number down, 817-710-7030. You can go to floors2go.texas.com. We're live on Facebook Live in this hour. I want to welcome all of you folks. Therrell, my old buddy, tell me in this hour, somebody sticks around with us, what we're going to learn about flooring in their home.
Well, if you're in the market for a floor, a lot of people are buying carpet and wood and tile. This segment, we're going to be talking about carpeting, what makes the carpet different, some things to look for in fibers. And in woods, always answer a similar question that we have a lot. What's the difference between engineered floors and nail-down sanded finished floors, and what is an engineered floor?
Awesome. You know, you were telling me before we came in here, Floors to Go, Texas, is the home of the 60-day satisfaction guarantee. We will rip it out. Talk to me about that. How is that possible? And just an testament on how you guys build relationships. You guys have been in Fort Worth. The store's been there 14 years. You've been over 40 years in the business. And when you give a 60-day satisfaction guarantee to the listener tonight, talk to me about some of the details of that.
Well, here's what I want you to know. Although I'm an independently owned flooring dealer, we're a member of a very large buying group. And our buying group gives us a lot of advantages over other specialty stores and even the big box stores. I don't believe are doing this. This 60-day satisfaction guarantee technically says, you need to come to the store to see all the rest of the details, but if you're not happy with your floor in 60 days, we will change that floor out to an equal kind. And let's just say you picked the dark color of whatever, and you wanted a lighter color. Our company guarantees that your satisfaction, because what we know is that flooring is a big investment in your home, and you can spend $2,500, you can spend $1,500, you can spend up to $10,000 and $20,000 for a floor, and that's a big scary deal to a lot of people. And so what we're trying to do is take some of the fear out of buying and giving people a satisfaction guarantee that, first of all, we're going to guide you through the process.
Absolutely.
But if you think you've made the wrong decision on the color, you like the product, but the wrong color's wrong, then this satisfaction guarantee comes into effect in the first 60 days that will replace it.
The home of the 60-day satisfaction guarantee. Floors to Go, you need to write this number down, friend, 817-710-7030, or you can go to radio@floors2go.texas.com. Again, I want to welcome our Facebookers during this hour. How rude of me. Miss Dana is in the studio. I want to say hello to her. How you doing, dear?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
He didn't have to drag me here today.
Yeah, nice to see you. And also our big man on the block, Tex. How you doing, buddy?
Willie, thank you for having me today. I'm doing great.
Yeah, we got all, and we'll welcome. By the way, if you're out there listening right now, when you stop by 5212 Airport Freeway in Haltom City at Floors to Go, I want you to say hello to Jesse. He is bilingual. He's a guy that gets it done. I, as the host of this radio program, fully endorse this company. 817-710-730. You got to keep that number on file on any kind of your carpeting, flooring needs. This is a great show. You'll learn a lot. Stick around with us this hour. Daryl, let's give the first topic of the hour.
Well, let's talk about carpet. A lot of people are buying hard surface, but let's talk about a carpet for a minute because we have a lot of people that still want something nice and soft and squishy. And quite honestly, a lot of people have trouble with cleaning carpet. And, one of the things that I'd like for people to pay attention to is we want to help you in every area of your flooring. And a lot of people have trouble with, hey, I had a party Saturday night. Somebody spilled something on my carpet. I have no idea what it is. And Dana, what do they say?
Well, the first thing is, how am I going to clean it? And, of course, we tell them down there and scrub it. That's the worst thing you can do. But coffee stains, Kool-Aid stains, Stainmaster carpet, it should come up just like brand new.
Really? And there's no kind of a liquid product you put on there to pull that stain out, whether it be pet stains, whatever the case may be?
You know what? Interesting you said liquid product. Yeah, there is a liquid product. It's called water, H2O.
H2O.
I know this sounds contrary to what everybody thinks because there are a gazillion spot remover things on the market for carpet, but they have soap in them. And here's what I want to tell the homeowner is that, in this day and age, we want everything done instantly. We have drive-through windows. We want our food really quick. We have microwave ovens. We want to take a picture and see it right now. I understand all that. When it comes to getting a spot out of the carpet, if you do this method, it's a little more like the tortoise and the hare. If you take the tortoise method, the spot comes out every time. And what I mean by that is, so you got your coffee spot, Coke spot, Kool-Aid spot. All you do is you blot it up with a terry cloth towel. You can maybe add a little bit of clear water to it, blot that again, and then put down 5 to 8 layers of paper towels, white paper towels, fold them up, put a weight on that spot. And overnight, that water acts just, and the fiber acts just like a wick in an oil lamp. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the law of physics says that dry paper towel is going to draw that water moisture out of there. So then the next day, you look at your paper towel, you pick it up and you take a look at it. And if there is, your paper towel has a ring in it with a spot, that's the good news is you have what they call transfer.
It's working.
It's working. So technically, you do it, it's the same thing again. We put just a little water on it. You don't agitate it.
Don't rub it.
Don't rub it real hard. Just barely kind of work the water in there and do the same thing again. And we've never had to, I personally have never had to do it more than maximum of 3 times. In other words, three whole evenings. Is that such a crime? If you have...
Real quick, we have a listener who would like to know about hydrogen peroxide, putting that on the carpet.
Hydrogen peroxide.
I don't know.
Honestly, I haven't put hydrogen peroxide on the carpet. I'm going to say, like anything, go test it in the corner somewhere. I've used hydrogen peroxide. Have you used hydrogen peroxide before?
I've seen it recently. Mom was in assisted living, and they had a spot on the floor that hydrogen peroxide did take it up out of a good commercial carpet. Yeah. But you've got to test that. That's nothing that we're going to recommend you do, but I have seen that work.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I got to tell you, Fred, a couple of things I want to make announcements on here. We thank you for joining us. We thank our Facebook listeners. Make sure, listeners, right, Tex? Make sure you ask as many questions as you can ask. And by the way, you can get a free rug when you mention a room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug. And that you heard it here on 570 KLIF, this great station. Floors to Go Texas is the home of the 60-day satisfaction guarantee. Any of your carpet or your flooring, if you don't like it, they'll rip it out. And we'll tell you some of the details about that. My buddy, Daryl, Williams, you need to get in touch with him. He is a friend of yours in the flooring business. 817-710-7030. Again, 817-710-7030. Want to thank our listener. Man, you stick around in the rest of this hour, you'll learn something about how to better your home at a better price. We'll be back in a Willie Scotia.
If you're not satisfied with your new carpet or hardwood surface flooring within 60 days after installation, they'll tear it up and replace it for free, including labor. That's a bold claim from Floors to Go, Fort Worth's premier floor covering showplace. Floors to Go founder Fort Worth native Thurl Williams reflects on 30 years in the flooring business.
There's not a problem we haven't seen. There's not a question we can't answer about flooring.
Floors to Go sells and installs the high-quality brand names you know and trust in hardwoods, exotic wood, stone, tile, and carpet. From names like Shaw, Armstrong, Mohawk, and Bruce. They offer in-home free estimates and interest-free financing. Thurl knows that purchasing a floor is no small matter.
We want you to fully understand what you're getting into when you're purchasing a floor. We want you to be a wise spender of your own money.
Floors to Go showplace is northeast of Fort Worth on 121 north of Haltom Road. Mention this station and receive a free 8x10 100% wool rug with a minimum purchase of $2,500. Visit floorstogotexas.com.
Yeah.
And so, y'all ready?
Now let's get back to
3,
real estate talk
2,
with your
ready?
host, Willie Lambright.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Floors to Go Texas show. I'm your host, Willie Lambright, and I got to tell you, friend, this company has a lot of knowledge about flooring in your home. I want you to write this number down, 817-710-730. Again, 817-710-730, and I'll tell you, he's got a little special going up here. You're going to get a free wool rug when you mention a room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug, and that you heard it here on 570 AM. You get your rug, 817-710-730. Thurl, we have a little question on Facebook Live. It's a really good question. And so I think you ought to answer this, given the fact that you've been in this business for over 40 years, 14 years in Haltom City. You know what the heck you're doing.
Yes, I'd like for Tex to repeat the question off of Facebook, please.
So Miss Hurley says that she likes the same flooring throughout the entire house, but would it be practical to have wood floors in the kitchen and bathrooms?
Those are really good questions. I personally have hardwood floor in my kitchen and down the hallway, living room, family room, dinette, bedroom. If my floor plan went that way.
And let me say this about his kitchen. His wife, Alice, is the greatest cook ever, but she's not a neat cook. And we all love her, and she knows what I'm talking about. And her kitchen floor looks beautiful. So I would say if Alice can have it in her kitchen, anybody can have it in their kitchen.
She's particular, isn't she?
She's a great cook, but every pot and pan may be used in that whole kitchen. She's just, I love Alice.
The thing you have to remember. Let's get the bathroom question answered. We put a lot of hardwood in what we call a powder bathroom. The powder bathroom is defined as a sink and a toilet, not a shower or not a bathtub. So I would never put the hardwood in a room that had a tub shower or just even a shower. So just a powder bathroom. And in the kitchen, you're gonna slosh water coming in and out of the dishwasher. You don't have to panic with an engineered wood floor because they're built to handle moisture. You just have a little respect for the floor and just towel it up with a little paper towel when you're done every evening when you get through cooking. That's it.
Go ahead, Tex.
We have another one that we have a lot of neighbors curious about tile flooring that looks like wood. Can you discuss that, and do you like it?
As a matter of fact, yes, I like it very much. We're in the process of redoing nearly all the floors on our showroom floor. We currently have down 3 and are going to be putting down about 12 more porcelain tiles that look like a wood flooring plank, and they're all over the park in terms of color and style and design. They're absolutely beautiful.
And price.
And price range.
What are the prices on that, Thurl?
Well, some of them run in the
$2.99 to $6.
Installed?
No, that's just the material.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
installation is more, because what happens with a lot of these, they're porcelain tile, and they'll have rectified edges on them, meaning they're sharp square edges, and they just have beautiful looks.
The reason I ask that, Thurl, is because there's a proven fact that over 185,000 homes in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex need updating. And I got to tell you, when selling your home in this type of equity market, we're in a seller's market right now. When you put upgrading floors, carpet, so on and so forth, you're really, I'm not saying you're increasing, you're raising the value of your home to the higher end of your neighborhood when they go to do an appraisal. So our friends over at Floors to Go Texas, by the way, they're the home of the 60-day satisfaction guarantee. So when Thurl tells you about these floors and this carpet, you got to go to the store and get details on it. But if you got that in there and you spent your budget and you just go, man, I just don't like that, it's not matching with the rest of the home, he'll sit and have a conversation with you. Reach out to him directly at 817-710-730. Again, 817-710-730. Or you can go to floors2gotexas.com. Did we answer that text?
We did. We're doing great.
Yeah. All right. Thurl, let's finish out in carpet a little bit in this segment, and then we'll go into hardwood floors in the next one.
Okay. The one thing I'd like to address is that kind of going back to the spot and spill thing we were talking about coming over here. The Stainmaster product is a nylon. It was invented 30 years ago, and I was a factory rep 30 years ago when it was introduced. Remember it like it was yesterday, because everybody back then had trouble with Kool-Aid getting spilled on the carpet if they had little chicks, little kids running around.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but that's great, because it's leading into a question that is actually being asked about spilled coffee on the carpet.
Okay. Well, let me just continue in that the Stainmaster brand product is 100% nylon. It was originally invented 30 years ago to handle the stains of coffee, Coke, Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid was really the prime target 30 years ago. Parents still let their kids have Kool-Aids. I understand that. But literally, all we were doing 30 years ago was we did a little simple demonstration where we made a batch of Kool-Aid, they had us made special, they look like toothbrushes, but they were carpet fibers on there, and you dip it in the Kool-Aid, and it's blood red. You kind of shake it out and dry it off, and then you stick it in clear water. Let me say that again. You stick it in clear water and swish it around.
H2O.
Yeah, H2O, and it comes out clean. And so the coffee, Coke, anything you spill on that carpet, if you'll just blot it up, put a terry cloth towel on it, get all the liquid out you can, add just a little tiny bit of water. You don't agitate it, like Dana said, right?
Yeah, never rub.
And just get it a little damp again. Put paper towels, 4 or 5 layers of paper towels on there and a weight on top of it. Let it sit overnight. And that spot, you'll see that it'll transfer onto that white paper towel. And if it does that, but your spot is still in the carpet, then just do it again the next night. And you'll find that you can do that about twice and it's gone. I've never had to do it more than 3 times in my own personal house. And and here's the deal. If that doesn't work, give us a call, because we are partnered up through My Home Warranty with Dalworth, and they are great at getting anything out.
Yeah. I want to remind our listener this Saturday night that Floors to Go Texas is the home of the 60-day satisfaction guarantee. And if you put your tile or your hardwood floors or your carpet in and you don't like it, they'll rip it out. And you got to give Thurl a call, 817-710-730. Again, 817-710-730. Remember, you can also talk to Jesse over there. He's bilingual. For all you flippers that are out there, you can't find a better store to go to. Reach out to him at floorstogotexas.com. You'll be glad you did. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We have actually some realtor questions here. Are you seeing a lot of investors put vinyl plank flooring in the rental houses since they are water resistant?
Yes.
Is the first question. There's two more after this.
Yes, absolutely. One of our salesmen is what I call an outside salesman, and he markets strictly to the multifamily property, people who have rental homes and flippers. And honestly, a couple of years ago, those who own multifamily properties of apartments were beginning to pull out all their carpet in the living area down the hallway, and some even in the bedrooms, and replace it with this luxury vinyl tile, we call it, or resilient floor, because it is highly resistant to water, and install those because they can get more renters out of them without having to change them out. Where some companies would get maybe 2 renters.
Right.
Yeah. And here you replace your carpet, put the LVT down, the luxury vinyl resilient tile down, and you're going to get many years out of it.
Guys, before we do that, Facebookers, stay with us. I've got to go to break here. By the way, Floors to Go, Texas is the home of the 60-day satisfaction guarantee. And you don't get a lot of that in the carpet world. You guys really stand by your product. As a matter of fact, Floors to Go Texas, the show here, is giving away a free rug, a free wool rug. When you mention a rug, a room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug. And you heard it here on 570. I want you to get that for you and your family. Get to know this great company, and reach out to Thurl or Jesse or Dana or any of them over there. They're all you guys have a servant's heart. And from that comes from the top down, in order to realize that every one of our listeners, not only on Facebook, but here on 570, at some point want to either has a home or wants a home. And we want your flooring to be from Floors to Go of Texas. Reach out to Thurl and that group over there at 817-710-730. Again, 817-710-730. I've got to go to break. When we come back, we'll tell you a little bit more about some carpet stuff, and then we're going to talk to you about hardwood floors. You wouldn't believe the way that technology is going. We'll answer some questions. I promise you're going to be better off when you leave this show than when you joined us. Stick around. We'll be back in a Willie Skosh.
If you're not satisfied with your new carpet or hardwood surface flooring within 60 days after installation, they'll tear it up and replace it for free, including labor. That's a bold claim from Floors to Go, Fort Worth's premier floor covering showplace. Floors to Go founder, Fort Worth native Thurl Williams, reflects on 30 years in the flooring business.
There's not a problem we haven't seen. There's not a question we can't answer about flooring.
Floors to Go sells and installs the high-quality brand names you know and trust in hardwoods, exotic wood, stone, tile, and carpet. From names like Shaw, Armstrong, Mohawk, and Bruce. They offer in-home free estimates and interest-free financing. Thurl knows that purchasing a floor is no small matter.
We want you to fully understand what you're getting into when you're purchasing a floor. We want you to be a wise spender of your own money.
Floors to Go showplace is northeast of Fort Worth on 121 north of Haltom Road. Mention this station and receive a free 8x10 100% wool rug with a minimum purchase of $2,500. Visit floorstogotexas.com.
Now let's get back to Real Estate Talk with your host, Willie Lambright.
Welcome back to Floors to Go Texas show. I almost said Real Estate Talk. But you guys really go above and beyond the call of duty to make sure that your clients get a quality product. Now, Thurl, you guys lectured me and everything before we came in the studio. And I feel like my mind is going in. If you drop a box of BBs in a dryer, I'm pinging everywhere. I got so much to tell you, our listener, about this great company, because I, as a flipper, have been out there and have seen the box stores. I've seen what you get over there, and knowledge is power, Thurl, and you guys really give that power out. In addition to that, Floors to Go Texas is the home of the 60-day satisfaction guarantee. You don't get that anywhere, right? And at the end of the day, I want you to reach out to Thurl and his crew over there, 817-710-730. And by the way, while I'm doing this, I want to say hello to the sales team, Timothy, Michelle, William, and Maria. Maria is bilingual. So go over there and see the crew in Haltom City at Floors to Go. This is the Floors to Go Texas show. Now, we got a real estate agent that's wanting to ask some questions.
We do. Miss Colleen has a couple of follow-up questions. What is a good flooring option for a kitchen in a house with foundation issues? It seems like frieze carpet is no longer in style. Follow-up to that is, what is a popular style of carpet nowadays? Home around $250,000.
All right, let's see if I can.
I'm biting my tongue on this one, Thurl.
Okay, I know. Well, I got a surprise for you, Willie, that you don't know. This is why we try to educate the buyer. Okay, the first one was about a kitchen. What would you recommend in a kitchen with a foundation issue? Okay, now I know what Willie's going to say. He's going to say fix the foundation, and I am going to say fix your foundation. Mm-hmm. Now, after you get the foundation fixed by a professional, you have a couple of options, okay? I mean, actually, you got more than just two. You probably have at least more than a half dozen options. Wouldn't you say, Dana?
Yeah, at least that.
We have many vinyl products, and I use the word vinyl, and this is not your grandmother's vinyl. Please, 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 please. You don't understand. There has been a revolution take place in the last 3 years on something called resilient or luxury vinyl tile, where there's a lot of planks that look like tile. They're made out of vinyl, yes, but they're PVC, and they have aluminum oxide finishes on them. So they're tough. They don't tear.
They don't scratch.
They don't chip.
Water doesn't hurt it.
They look like engineered wood, and they're so realistic. We have them displayed in our showroom. You come over, and we got a kitchen area in there, and we have the newer colors down on the floor, and they just look fantastic.
So if you have kids and they take crayons and they scribble all over the floor, right?
You come over, and we actually have a floor. We do a demonstration. We take a quarter, and we try to scratch this thing as hard as we can. We're actually wearing this quarter out. We need a new quarter.
Yeah.
And then
Corey,
we take out a black sharp.
Yeah, we need to tell Corey we need another quarter. That's our rep, and he gives us the quarters.
This is a Mannignton floor that I'm talking about, technically, that we have down on the floor, but the point is that we take a black Sharpie marker and write on this floor, and now we're removing the metal that is transferred off of this coin that's onto the floor. It looks like it's scratched, but the finish is not scratched. It's actually wearing the coin out because it has aluminum oxide on the finish, which is kind of like a sandpaper. Now your floor is not a piece of sandpaper. And then we take a simple isopropyl alcohol that's in everyday first aid kit. You rip them open, clean out a little, clean your wound, and we wipe the Sharpie marker right off of it.
Yeah.
Now that's a floor that can float, or it's a floor that can be glued down. If you think your foundation is going to move some more, this floating floor is a good option for you. Okay, because then your foundation can have some movement, and your floor is going to bridge that gap over. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to go to an extreme that you might not know about. There's a company out there called Schluter Systems. It's a German company, and they've been in business since 1972, and they make something called an uncoupling membrane. It's kind of a play on words, but it's actually a membrane that can be installed over your concrete floor, and it looks like, on the surface, it looks like a waffle, so to speak. You take a waffle out of a waffle iron. It's actually the opposite of a waffle. It's concave instead of convex, and you can now put ceramic or porcelain tile over that old slab that used to be moving. And you use a proper setting material. We teach you all this stuff, and what happens is because this is designed to go upstairs on a secondary floor, where you've got OSB or plywood up there. And when the foundation moves in the future, it comes uncoupled from the foundation, but it doesn't crack the tile. It doesn't crack the grout. and it stays in place. That's why it's called an uncoupling membrane. And for these people that live in Las Colinas, Irving, that's along this big, huge, gigantic fault line, and we all know about it because the roads are rough as heck.
Yeah.
This is a good alternative if they still want a stone or still want a tile, a porcelain tile or ceramic tile laid in that area.
Yeah. You know how you find out more about this? You go to floorstogotexas.com. Or you reach out to Therrell and his crew, all the great members over at Floors to Go. This is the Floors to Go Texas show, and here's how you call them. You write this down, 817-710-730. Again, 817-710-730. Now, I believe one other question, Tex, was what's a good $250,000 range? Carpet or flooring?
Carpet.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe the issue is the realtor knows that they have got some more expensive homes in the area.
Right.
And yet carpet, it's not exactly what you consider an upgrade in the flooring area. However, what are some trendy carpets that would look very nice in there?
Well, some trendy carpets technically today are, there's a lot of these on the market. We call them in the industry a CLC, which stands for cut, loop, cut. And they're pattern carpets. They're low. Some people might use the word old fashioned to describe a Berber that has a real nice pattern to it. And when I say nice pattern, a lot of these patterns have not my grandmother's patterns. They've been calmed down to a certain extent, and they have nice tonal patterns. They have texture looks. They actually some have geometric patterns, diamonds, harlequins, arabesque patterns,
and they're beautiful.
Moroccan patterns, and they're very, very pretty. And those can actually dress up a house in the main living area to sort of accent. But the lower profile cut pile carpets are still fashionable to a certain extent. The frisé, which looks like the word freezy when you write it out, they're still made, and those are still well made carpets to where they wear really well. You just have to we help guide you through the process of how they're made and so forth. But those low profile pattern carpets are trendy and nice looking, and still the low profile cut pile carpets.
Yeah, and not only do we do the whole room, the area rugs. We make beautiful area rugs for any size.
Yeah, and by the way, you can get a free wool rug when you mention a room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug. And you say you heard it on here on 570 Cliff. Guys, I'm getting ready to go to the break, but I got a couple of announcements. This Saturday night, we got one more segment to go. We want to thank our Facebookers. We want to thank our listeners. But you'll be back here next Saturday night, March the 18th. And you can always go to floorstogotexas.com. If we kind of whet your appetite about anything we're talking about up here, get a relationship going with a flooring company that will absolutely have a give us stuff button on them about the technology that's changing, so on and so forth. Reach out to Therrell and his group over there at 817-710-730. Again, 817-710-730. Therrell, when we come back, what are we going to finish the show up on?
We're going to be talking about engineered hardwood floors.
Engineered hardwood floors. By the way, remember, Floors to Go Texas is the home of the 60-day satisfaction guarantee. We'll be back in a Willie Skosh.
You want to tell him? You want me to tell him? You're still saying 7:30.
Yeah.
You need to go 7D 30.
Yeah. Or 7030.
Or 7030.
7030.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's okay.
Can I write on this?
Yeah, sure.
It's right there.
It says so.
No, I can't do it.
If you're not satisfied with your new carpet or hardwood surface flooring within 60 days after installation, they'll tear it up and replace it for free, including labor. That's a bold claim from Floors to Go, Fort Worth's premier floor covering showplace. Floors to Go founder Fort Worth native Thurl Williams reflects on 30 years in the flooring business.
There's not a problem we haven't seen. There's not a question we can't answer about flooring.
Floors to Go sells and installs the high-quality brand names you know and trust in hardwoods, exotic wood, stone, tile, and carpet. From names like Shaw, Armstrong, Mohawk, and Bruce. They offer in-home free estimates and interest-free financing. Thurl knows that purchasing a floor is no small matter.
We want you to fully understand what you're getting into when you're purchasing a floor. We want you to be a wise spender of your own money.
Floors to Go showplaces northeast of Fort Worth on 121 north of Haltom Road. Mention this station and receive a free 8x10 100% wool rug with a minimum purchase of $2,500. Visit floorstogotexas.com.
That question.
And one thing, how we're so much different from the big box stores, we're going to meet you at the door. We're happy to see you.
Why don't you say that one?
You know what? I'd like for her to
Yeah.
open that back, her open the thing up, talking that away. And,
You know, because that makes a huge difference.
I'd like to reemphasize that our showroom is twice the size.
We also had a warm reaction to your personal story of you used to be a customer and then
I was
you
a customer.
you walked in and
I was a
came in,
customer.
and so that was also very nice.
So, you ready?
Now let's get back to real estate talk with your host, Willie Lambright.
2, 1. Welcome back, friend. And I got to tell you, Floors to Go Texas and this great show is willing to give you a free wool rug. Write this down. You got to say, if you got to mention it, that a room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug. And then you say you heard it here on 570 and you reach out to them at 817 710-7030. Again, 817-710-7030. Get your family a free wool rug. Thurl, you're going to be giving away wool rugs out to, unbelievable. But Dana, one of the things that you get good radio during the break, and you said something very endearing. And if you're a customer,
I was a customer.
well, yeah, but if you're listening tonight and you like customer service, tell me what you said off air, dear.
Well, we make a point to meet people at the door. We greet you. Hi, my name's Dana. How can I help you? Mm-hmm. We do not want anybody walking in and just walking around. I was a customer before I worked for Thurl, and it's a very home type atmosphere. We want you to walk in and feel comfortable. So that's what we strive to do each and every day, is meet you, find out what your needs are, and help you figure out what's best for your problem. Absolutely,
absolutely. Thurl, you said something that really resonated with me also.
Well, let me just add to what she said for just a second. We it's not that we don't want you walking around the store by yourself. We're not going to hover over you. We want to make sure you get all the attention you want or you need. And so that's why we like to greet people and acknowledge that they've driven across town to come to our store. What I wanted to say is my curiosity button went off a couple of weeks ago. And I said, we've got a very nice showroom. Our showroom is like 6,000 square feet. And I just decided to go down to 2 box stores that are competitors real near my house on Precinct Line Road. And I measured these things up, and it turns out my showroom's twice the size of these big box stores.
Yeah.
And when you throw in my warehouse and showroom, because their warehouse and showroom is all together, when I'm talking about their flooring footprint inside the building, just like they got a lumber footprint and a appliance footprint, they got a flooring footprint. My footprint is twice their size, because we carry lots of inventory. As a matter of fact, we probably have more inventory actually in stock than they do. I realize they may draw from somewhere else, but if you walk in, you can get it right there immediately. A lot of products that we have. So yeah, come by and see us, because we've got over 75 display floors down on the floor. And at the big box store, it's all concrete.
Yeah, 817-710-7030. Tex, did you want to address another question before we get to engineered hardwood floors?
Yes. Do I need to seal grout, and how do I do it? Miss Axton asks.
Oh, okay. Very good question. There's a company called Mapei. It's spelled Mapei, the opposite of pie. It's not PEI, it's PIE. And they make a full line of products for the tile floor, and they make some sealers, and we can help you get those products because the sealer, I know that's a very big problem today. Cement grout is a big problem. The industry is moving to get away from cement grout because, as the ladies know, gee, I've had this light colored grout in my house, and now it's not the light color it used to be. It's some other color, and I have to really scrub and scrub. Well, the good news is if you do get it scrubbed clean, there are some easier applicable products down to now that you can put on and seal the product, and it lasts for a very long time. So, but go ahead.
Here's the way that you really will be schooled and have the knowledge to carry throughout your life. Reach out to Therrell at 817-710-7030. Get a relationship going with this great company. You can go to floorstogotexas.com, and then you'll be all really fixed up. You know, Therrell, some of the biggest mistakes I made in the flipping business is using the wrong products and the wrong floors in the wrong place.
Absolutely.
I was getting ready to do a flip the other day, and I had you on the phone. I was taking pictures, and I'm very thankful for the relationship that I built with Floors to Go. Man, it's a great company, and you, our listener, get to know them. Anything else on Facebook?
And when you start addressing the hardwood floors, large dogs is a typical question people would like to know.
Okay, very, very good question. The two main things you need to remember about any hardwood floor: wood is wood, and it does dent and it does scratch. I'll give you a firsthand experience. I have a engineered hardwood floor in my house. We had a 65-pound German Shepherd. She was a mature shepherd. She was about 10 or 11 years old when we got her, and we had her for about another 7 years. She outlived most shepherds, but she never really was scratched up our floor. But that's about the max limit. About a 65, 70-pound dog, that's about it. You get dogs heavier than that, and you get a house with 3 dogs that same weight, well, the conditions are different. The main thing is you need to keep the dog's nails trimmed on a regular basis. I know a lot of people don't do that, but a hardwood floor that has that is sculptured in nature, hand scraped in nature, does a little bit better of hiding, disguising things, and those that have more of a delustered look as opposed to a shiny look. The floors that just really look bad are those that used to be real popular, where the surface is totally flat, high luster. You see any kind of scratch on there. But the engineered hardwood floors, I can't do everything justice here in just a few minutes on the engineered hardwood floors, but just know that they are real wood because on the very top of them, they have a veneer of real wood that we're selling, either oak, hickory, maple, or something like that. And what you need to know is that they are made kind of like a plywood so that they resist water better than the nail down sand and finish should you have some minor water. And we work with a company called Hallmark, who has a very good selection of floors with different kinds of thicknesses and veneers. And that's usually a price driver to get a better quality floor. You're buying something it's a little thicker finish so that it could be sanded and finished several times. Not all engineered floors are made equal. That's why some of them you cannot resand and finish. Some of them you can do 2 or 3 times.
Guys, I got to tell you, and I say guys, ladies and gentlemen that are listening this Saturday night, I don't care where you're at in the floor and carpet buying process. Do yourself and your family a favor and reach out to Floors to Go Texas 817-710-7030. Again, 817-710-7030. Guys, I'm getting ready to come to the end of the hour. Been a great program today. I want to thank you, Theryl, for coming in. I want to thank Dana. Dana, you warm my heart and give me back the meaning of customer service, and you do a fantastic job. And Theryl, I got to tell you, you got a great compadre in Dana, right?
Yes.
I want to make sure I say hi to all the sales team, Timothy, Michael, William, and Maria over there. Remember, Floors to Go Texas is a bilingual company. And so wherever you're at in the buying process, get your price. Don't write that check. Run over and see what Theryl can do for you. And I'll bet you'll be better educated with a better product and maybe a cheaper price. I'm going to go through some announcements. I want to thank all of our live Facebook folks for joining us. We're going to be back on March the 18th live, but we do a pre-record. What day is that? Next Monday. I don't have a calendar in front of me.
1 o'clock.
But you real quick, Tex, tell me, when someone wants to go to the live feed on Facebook, how do they register on your Facebook site?
Go to www.facebook.com/Floors to Go Texas. All one word, Floors to Go Texas. Like the page, look for the recording event, and click that you are interested. It will send you a notification when we go live on Facebook.
Yeah, it's been a great show. Remember, Floors to Go Texas is the home of the 60-day satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it, we'll rip it up and rip it out, however you want to call it. Any parting thoughts, Theryl?
Just to when you're out there in the flooring world and you're shopping for something, and you leave a store and you still have more questions than when you walked in, there's a good chance that's not the company you want to do business with.
Yeah.
We want to answer your questions.
Yeah. Make sure you catch us right here Saturday nights for the rest of the year from 7 to 8 o'clock on 570 KLIF. And you reach out to Theryl and that great group over there at Floors to Go Texas. This is, by the way, the Floors to Go Texas show. Signing off, 817-710-7030. We've enjoyed you. It's a wrap. We're out. We'll see you next Saturday night.